Okay, this is November the 2nd, 2017. It's about 3 in the afternoon or 4, something like that. But anyway, and it is also about 70 degrees out, which is good and bad. It's good in the sense that it has been cold lately, but it's bad. I don't know if you can see this crawling on my hand. We've been inundated with there it is. They call them Asian lady beetles. And they're just horrible. You'll see once I get over to our camper over there. There's just literally thousands of them out here. Anyway, as you can see, its leaves are falling off, turning colors. But for the most part, a lot of the leaves have fallen off. One thing I want to show you, we did put some gravel down. This is the first part. Later on, we are going to put some more down. Still have our little loading dock there if we want to use it. The greenhouse is there. We haven't really done much with it because we haven't had the time. But as you can see, the gravel driveway goes down here. Eventually we are going to build a garage next to the cabin. I'll eventually put a cover over where I park the pickup truck. Here's our little fire pit. And then this thing right here, let me see, I know the shadow's following me. This is what you call a Kugelgarten. It's a German word. I believe it means hill in German, hill garden. But we're going to be growing things all on top of this on all sides. The other side will get the full sun because this face is basically south. Plants on the inside will have some shade, but it'd be nice. But if you can see this, I'm going to zoom into our camper here, or come over. These little guys, there are, like I said, literally thousands of these. They're everywhere. The only way to get rid of them is to take a vacuum cleaner. It's horrible. I can't even film without them getting all over me. As you can see, they're all over the utility trailer. This here is a little stand I built out of trees, so when I put water in the camper with these blue containers, it makes it a little bit easier. Our supply of water. So you can see the back of the camper is just covered with these guys. But I want to show you over here what we did here. We did cut down these trees here, top them off, because next year we're going to make a pergola over our pond here. And as you can see, Sandy planted clover, and it is starting to grow. Hopefully it is going to take our what we call retrome, retired motorhome, whatever, our fifth wheel. We had to put a tarp over it and everything because the roof leaks a little bit, so we do want to put a roof over this. Now we did build this little flower bed thing here, which will be used mostly for herbs. And Sandy already has some things growing in it. Eventually she'll get her pond together, make it nicer. But there are fish in that pond. There should be at least 12 of them. I saw some of them today. They're on the bottom. As you can see, I did put part of the deck in. We have more to do on it. But it says it's almost 80 degrees. Kind of hard to believe. It's not 80, but I know it's at least 75 out here. Always 5 o'clock somewhere. But this is our composting toilet. And these steps here are temporary because this deck will eventually go all the way over to here and meet the front of the cabin. And possibly we're going to put a shower here, outdoor shower, indoor, outdoor, whatever. The composting toilet is the same as always. Nice little toilet, works great. Walk in, there's absolutely no smell in here whatsoever. Texas, of course. Trying to blow these bugs off of me. Oh, they're everywhere. They are a nuisance. Total nuisance. But anyway, let me close this. As you can see, we do have one tree that comes up through the deck, and this here, cedar tree right up here, this is going to be one of the posts for the roof that will eventually go over this. But like I say, this deck is only partially done. It is going to continue over here another 16 feet or more, because eventually we'll build a garage and an outdoor kitchen and other things. Now let me show you the inside of this cabin if I can. I don't know if the lighting is going to be good, but oh, these bugs. I'm about ready to have a fit over these bugs. But I don't know if this will come out good in this video, but Sandy's kind of white washing the walls. The walls are kind of dark. Here's what I don't know if you're even going to be able to tell, but they're kind of dark. But she is painting them. Not a full white, it's kind of a white wash.
It's called pickling.
Pickling is what it's called, and it makes it nicer. And as you can see here, Sandy and her sister Marcia insulated the top of the cabin, or the ceiling rather. And of course, as you can see, there are just thousands of these ladybugs in here. They say the only way that these things die is it has to be a hard freeze, like well below zero for a few days, and that'll kill them, which I hope it does, because I tell you what, they're a nuisance. And I've been reading things online about it. If you go to try to swat them, they say the best way to get rid of them in your house when you have them is to vacuum them out, because if you swat them, they bleed this fluid out of their legs, which has kind of an offensive odor. But anyway, this is the first year that we've seen these ladybugs. They're actually Asian beetles. They're similar to the Japanese beetle and the American ladybug.
They look just
but they're more aggressive. That's why they brought them over here. I was reading all this online. They're more aggressive than regular ladybugs. They're almost kind of like the Africanized bees they brought over. These guys are more aggressive, and these guys will bite you.
They
believe
look just
me.
like a ladybug, except they're orange instead of red.
Yeah, and they will bite, which is crazy. Anyway, so as you can see, Sandy's hard at work. We're trying to get this finished so that we can leave in the next few days. Okay, back out here. We've got one rain barrel here. We try to have all the rain barrels we can get for collecting rainwater. Eventually, we're going to have a lot of big rain barrels out here. And like I say, over here is where the garage is going to go. We're going to build for everyone. I'm not going to post it on Facebook. Don't worry.
Well, you can post it on Facebook.
It's just going to be for our family. I can just put it on YouTube.
Well, anyway, I'm saying hi to them.
Okay, so this is Sandy, Grandma.
Sorry, I was busy painting, but I love you all.
Anyway, so this tree here will be incorporated into the deck too. What we're going to do on this one, before we build the deck around it, we'll do the same on the other one, is we're going to put a planter box around it, and it'll be incorporated into the deck so she can grow flowers. It'll be sort of indoor, outdoor, you know. But like I say, this over here is going to be where the garage is going to go eventually. It's going to be the same size as the cabin. It's going to be shaped the same way as the cabin. It won't have the front porch on it. And then over here where the retrome is, this eventually will be closed in underneath here, and that'll just be a storage. Of course, like I say, the whole thing is going to have a roof over it. Right now we just have a bunch of stuff stored out here. But this is, you know, all our property here goes all the way over to the road. You can see the stone wall there. Got a lot of work to do here, and to be honest and tell you the truth, I would rather just hire some young kids and pay them to come out here for a day's worth of work and cut all this wood, this brushwood and everything. And then this is all going to get fixed up. All of this is going to be nice eventually. You can see that green clover growing there. It's really nice. And then next year, or yeah, it'll be next year, when we come back, we're probably going to park our camper here. I already put out made some footers here to park the jacks on it. But anyway, right now it's a little bit of a mess out here, but I'm doing this today because it's supposed to rain the next several days. Oh yeah, here's one other thing I do want to show you over here if I can get a view of it. We bought a bat house, and so far we don't have any bats in the bat house. But the guy at the store told me you can go online and you can buy a pheromone for bats and spray it on there, and it will attract the bats. So we have about, I don't know, 3 or 4 bats that fly around here every night. Okay, that's about it. That's our property. There goes the setting sun. And hope you enjoyed the video. Eventually this is going to look nice. Eventually.